Awesome.
Good to
All
go?
right. Good to
All right.
Awesome. I just wanted to understand, right? Bose Professional, which is headquartered in US, Massachusetts,
Yeah.
right? And the only R&D beyond US is
Yes.
Mangaluru.
Yes.
Why did you choose Mangaluru?
Yeah. So this is a kind of interesting story.
Can you just help us? How do you hire exactly? What are the things you see beyond resume?
Right. The main thing I see beyond skill is the personality.
Oracle literally 30,000 employees
30,000
now
layoff, right.
laid off across the globe,
Oh.
of which 12,000 is in India.
Right.
So, why do you think these layoffs are happening?
It's like if you are doing, let's say, pure manual testing, second could be support role. The thing is like entry level or mid-level engineer.
Awesome.
Good to
All
go?
right. Good to
All right.
Awesome. Sounds good. So, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಗೌರವ್ ಕಾಮತ್. I'm the co-founder at Micro Degree. Today we have with us Mr. Namith Padmaraj, who is the head of software engineering at Bose Professional. So, welcome, Namith.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here.
Great. So, Namith, I think ಇವತ್ತಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ like the audience what we are addressing is IT professional,
Okay.
tech students,
Okay.
and tech grads. So feel free to dive deep into tech.
Tech. Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So Namith, I think I would like to know, because you have close to 15 plus years of work experience. Maybe you can help us with your brief introduction. How did you start from a software engineer
Sure.
till the director?
Yeah. So thank you for having me here. It's been a pleasure to be here and in this beautiful morning. I like the beaches, so it's going really good. So I graduated in 2008, the era of recession when I started. So I had an offer from Wipro when I graduated, but they did not call me for the onboarding. So I thought, meanwhile, in the stopgap, I will find some startup to work for, and I went to this company near Manipal. It's named Telnetics, and I worked there for 4 years. I think, when I was about 4 or 6 months down the job, I got a call to go back to Wipro. But I mean, they were paying a bit more than what I used to get here, maybe 1.5 lakh more per se. That was a difficult decision whether to go or not go. Like, it's a multinational company, probably had an opportunity to go abroad and things like that. But what I really liked in the startup is the amount of autonomy I had, the amount of learning I had, and amount of mentorship I used to get. And basically in that 4 years, I learned to build from nothing, right? I knew how to take a requirement, how to build the product end to end, how to put it to the customer, fix it, and so on. So I would say I was turned into a very competent engineer from a shy trainee in that 4 years. And looking back, I think that's one of the best decisions I made, to stick to learning and to build things from scratch rather than taking a big company and doing a small part of the projects kind of a thing. So I think that's how my base started. After 4.5 years, I thought, I want to explore a little bit more, and I started to give interviews. I had about 4 offers within 2 to 3 months of looking, and I chose to go to Motorola. In Motorola, I was put into building a telephony stack. It was interesting initially, but then it was kind of repetitive, and I started to look what else I can do, and I saw that there was a software piece or a testing piece that testing framework was a bit, shaky and things like that. And I thought, I told my manager, I can fix it. And he gave me a month to explore. So I wrote a new framework, which was more reliable and more solid, and it was not used to break. And it got a traction from director, and they gave me a small team of 2-3 people, and we built a solid testing framework for this telephony stack, and I think it's still probably being used.
Interesting.
So what I learned there is like, if you are kind of, getting bored with something, you can always see what you can build that will value for the company and start, proposing it and start building it. And the things that you build on your own will have more recognition and more satisfying, things compared to what's been given to you, right? And your growth is also becomes really fast if you start doing things that values the organizations. So after that, Motorola was kind of getting sold to a company, and I did not want to go to the acquirer, and I went to Intuit. Again, I gave the interviews. I had like 4 or 5 offers, and I chose Intuit for its culture and the kind of work they had. I was there for a very short time, about 1 year. I built few things for the TurboTax, one of their flagship product. When I was working there, I got a message in LinkedIn saying like, hey, we have this startup which is moving from Japan to Singapore because the investor was from Singapore. Do you want to join us? I was like, everything is going great here, and family, home, everything was great. I was like, what should I do? But then I started thinking, this is an opportunity, because I was about 26, 27 there, about 6-7 years of experience. I thought like maybe I will explore the international career, see like how it is to build a career in beyond India. So I took that and went there, and it was in 2014, November, I think, I went to Singapore. For a month, I felt like, I was in an alien space, it was so robotic, like people were glued into their phone, you go to office, to metros, come back, like nobody is there to talk, kind of thing. So I kind of wanted to run back, but, I know why I went there, so I kind of held on to it for 3 months, and then it became ease. So I went for a startup there. I built a team from scratch, and I was there in that company for about 3.5 years. I joined as a senior engineer. I left there as a team lead. I was leading about 12 people team in that company. And then this company called Nutonomy, which is into self-driving cars, got my eyes, and I applied for them. In fact, they also messaged me in the LinkedIn saying like, hey, we want a software engineer. So they were a bunch of scientists who used to write algorithms for autonomy stack. So they were looking for a software engineer who could convert their software into real thing that can run on vehicle, because writing algorithm is one thing and converting into a product software is one thing. So they wanted a software architect. So I interviewed there, and they liked me, and I went there as a senior software engineer / tech lead to basically convert their algorithms into real software and run it on the vehicles. So that's how I landed in Nutonomy. It was called Nutonomy at that point of time. I spent about 7 years there. I became an architect, principal engineer, then the director. When I left Motional, I was managing a team of about 70, and the software stack mainly. I think I'll start, take a break here, and you can ask more questions about what I did there, right?
Sure.
So and then I think both things we will come to that later.
Definitely.
Right? So
Definitely.
I think that's what
very interesting. I think, Namith, from a individual contributor, right, and heading to a team of 70 plus in your previous organization, right? So what are the key what I would say is takeaways or turning points in your journey? Because I saw that very initial stages itself, you're more like an entrepreneur.
Right.
You took up a project, right? Then you took up some bold steps. You moved beyond India, right? I believe Singapore and the US, right?
Yeah.
Any probably a brief of what turning points helped you to,
Sure.
grow in your leadership?
Um, you mean to say from individual contributor to a leader?
Correct. Probably
Yeah.
just brief on that.
Yeah. So in Newtonomy or Motional, right? I was architecting two teams' work, and unfortunately, the team leads of both the teams kind of left, at the same time or in a very quick succession, and I landed into leadership by this accident, right? I always into deep tech, into coding, into architecture and things like that. But since there was no one to manage the team, I took up that role in a very interim basis and on a trial basis as such. But once I took that role, I tried to understand how to build, system with the team. Like before, I used to take a bigger problems and solve it and make the team to kind of do it and move on to it. But how to I started enjoying basically training the people, mentoring the people and growing them, and deriving the happiness in the work they do rather than I do. So I realized that the multiplier effect you can bring, the more value you can bring to the organization or to yourself is by having, with the virtue of team as such. So once I went to leadership role, I understand what exactly is leadership, how it is, will help organization and myself to, bring more values and things like that. And I never looked back actually. I am still into tech. I still learn tech. I may not do very hands-on coding it anymore. But with the AI, maybe I will start doing soon. But yeah, I'm right now. I'm into mostly into building the teams, building the values to the business, and always trying to see like what else I can do so that I can expand the scope of my team and things like that.
Interesting. Now you are the director of software engineering at Bose Professional, right? So can you help us with your audience? What is Bose Professional?
Sure. So Bose Professional is okay, 1 minute. So do you know that Bose Professional and Bose are different?
Bose Corporation and
Bose Professional. Do you think I have to cover that? Or
probably just a one
bit,
liner,
right? Yeah,
like
okay.
what exactly.
Okay.
And also you can mention like we are in headphones, acoustic, audio leader.
Yeah,
But
yeah. We are not in headphones. That's the thing, right? Like yeah. So Bose Professional was part of Bose Corporation 3 years ago. Now we are a separate entity, and we are mostly into B2B business. So we make audio systems for all the building setups like hospitality, hotels, lounges, airports, like temples, churches, like any audio technology that you see in a building setup, that's where we cater for. So we build digital signal processors, mixers, amplifiers, and speakers, of course, that you see, variety of speakers, and a lot of software around that. Everything is driven by software. So every device that I spoke about has software. And we are also now building the cloud technologies to do things remotely and things like that. So yeah, there is a lot of software involved and hardware involved. So we basically build the audio solutions for building setups.
God, interesting. I think even you guys do this sound systems, acoustics, even for stadiums, right?
Yes, we do.
These
Stadiums,
cricket stadiums,
is one of the
baseball.
Yeah. In fact, Narendra Bhai Modi Stadium uses a Bose Professional.
Oh, interesting. This is the world's largest
stadium.
Yes. I mean, it's huge. I mean, 1 lakh plus audience can watch it. I believe recent World Cups and all happened there.
Yes.
Very interesting. So it's more like a B2B space you operate, and got it. So just wanted to understand, right? Bose Professional, which is headquartered in US, Massachusetts, right?
Yeah.
And the only R&D beyond US is Mangaluru.
Yes.
Why did you choose Mangaluru?
Yeah. So this is a kind of interesting story. I was in Singapore, right, working for Emotional, and the VP with whom I worked for was also, went from Emotional to Bose Professional, and we were talking one day, and he said like, I'm looking to expand the R&D center beyond. Uh, US to somewhere in Southeast Asia, and the first thought was definitely Singapore for me because I was there. But my long-term plan was always India. When my son kind of goes to school, I thought like, I'll come back. And I have aging parents also, in India, right? So I always wanted to come back to India. And on the conversation, I said like, let's do, India, or maybe he said like, let's do India if you want to do, R&D for long run, because R&D is a long-term game, and you set up something in Singapore, operate for 2-3 years, and then you move to India, it becomes a bit of a non-linear path, right? And things like that. So, of course, the first thought was Bangalore, right? Everyone knows Mangaluru, and it's easy to get talent there and things like that. But I said if it's a Bangalore, maybe I'll be sticking to Singapore as such, right? So why Mangaluru, right? So first of all, I'm from Karkala. I know this place a lot, Mangaluru a lot. I know that there's a lot of talent pool here. So what I basically did is I came down here and I started to see like how the IT ecosystem here. I learned that there are co-working spaces like Vertex, Work, where I don't have to worry about infrastructure, IT infrastructure or office space. It is readily available. I also learned that there are 100 plus medium to small companies operating here with various skill sets, about 15-20,000 people. And the physical environment here is really great. The water is clean, the air is clean, sound pollution is less. You get to office in 10, 15, 20 minutes. So all these were, really necessary for R&D center. I will tell you why, right? So R&D is all about, people work, apart from, algorithms or coding, right? Because you are building something for which there is no exact requirement. So collaboration becomes really, really the key. And the second thing is like when you do R&D, right, you take some months to years to understand the domain and start contributing. And after 1 year, 2 years, if someone leaves, we have to start from the beginning kind of a thing, right? So longevity of people and people coming to office was really, really important is what I thought. And Mangalore has very less attrition rate, and it's very easy to get people to office because people would like to commute 10 minutes and come to office rather than traveling 2-3 hours or per day to kind of go. So yeah, I mean, so if I have to summarize, right, what I made is I made a deck saying like, there is talent here, there is IT infrastructure to get the office here. We can do the lateral hires because initially when you start, you want to do the lateral hires, you can't hire the freshers. I showed how I can do that, and then I told the salient features of Mangalore, right? Why we should do here. So they kind of took a bet on me, is what I would say, and within 3 months, they were convinced that this is the right place that we have built the company. The reason being, if we had went to Bangalore, right, we would have been one amongst 2,000 companies, and when we came here, we were one of maybe 5-10, and it was kind of celebrated, and we could attract talent very easily with that.
Interesting. So Namith, ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಕನ್ನಡದವರು, ಇವರ ಊರಿನವರು, ಇವರ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಹೀರೋ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಈ GCC ಬೋಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ನೀವು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ತಂದದಕ್ಕೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಚೋಸನ್ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು, ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು, ಪುಣೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು, ಎನಿವೇರ್ ಯು ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾನ್. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದ ವೇ ಯು ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ನೀವೊಂದು ಡೆಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೌ R&D ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇನ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು, ರೈಟ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕೊಲಾಬರೇಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಕ್, and you need good air, water, right? Just wanted to understand how long did it take ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಬೀಚ್ಗೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಂಗಳೂರು?
ಸೊ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಬೀಚ್ಗೆ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 15 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇದೆ.
ಓಕೆ,
15-20 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದೆ.
20 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 15 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ಸ್. ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಉಂಟು? ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್?
ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಆಫೀಸ್ಗೆ ಅಬೌಟ್ 4 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ.
ಓಕೆ,
6 to 8 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್. 6 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಬೈಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ 8 to 10 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್.
ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು, ರೈಟ್? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರನ್ನ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಬೀಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬೀಚ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್, ರೈಟ್? If any GCC is watching this, Namith, GCC ಮಂಗಳೂರನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟಚ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್? ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್? ಬೀಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು. ಬೀಟ್ ದ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್, ಬೀಟ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾ, beat the other governmental kind of an ecosystem. Something on that?
Sure. So, if any GCC is planning to set up in, Mangaluru, alva, ನಾನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಅಷ್ಟು ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ಅಂತೂ. ಇದು ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ರೆಡಿಲಿ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್. ನಾನು ಡೆಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಡೆಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಅವರು ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಬೀಚ್ ಅವರು ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಡೆಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ you can easily get there. It always it covers all the things that I said, like what it takes to build GCC in Mangalore and how the ecosystem can help anta helidare. So and also for the talent who wants to move back to Mangalore side alva, you can register in the Silicon Beach program, and the companies who are looking for similar skills, they call and hire. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ನಟ್ಶೆಲ್, ನೋಡಿ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ? ಒಂದು ಆಫೀಸ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಒಂದು ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಪೂಲು, ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಎನರ್ಜೆಟಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ಯು ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಲ್ ದ 3 ಆರ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನೀವು. ಸೊ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಬೀಚ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮು, ಟೈ, couple of other such things like KDM, everyone is trying to help you out here. So if you want to hire, they will help you. If you want to help with the policies, they will help you. Also IT policy bandide ivaga. So Karnataka government is monetarily helping companies who are setting up shops beyond Bangalore kind of a thing. So everybody is trying to help you. It's you who has to decide that, okay, I can build from Mangalore, or believe that you can build from Mangalore, and just come here and start building. If you are determined, I think everybody will help you to make it a success.
God. So I mean, very interesting, right? Because micro degree, it's been 6 years for us, Mangaluru alli. So we have been seeing that growth, like as you have been seeing, right? A lot of ecosystem na build ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, because it's not easy.
Yes,
right?
yes,
For
yes.
example, talent anta bandaga, we have talent, right? Every year I believe 10,000 tech talent come out. Mangaluru region, Udupi Mangaluru Dakshina Kannada region, that's a big talent pool. ಹಾಗಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಪೂಲ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮಚ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಬಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಡ್ ದಟ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಬೀಚ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಲಾಂಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟೈಗರ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಐ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ GCCs ಲೈಕ್ ಯು, ನೀವಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, EG and Nevius along with NTT, right, and Navigo, right, all the big companies, probably even the Robosoft and right, Technopro. So a lot of lateral hirings are coming back, right? And I believe even we saw the journey. KDM is putting a lot of effort. Karnataka Digital Economy Mission. ಅವರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ I believe they do something called as Beyond Bengaluru ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಟೆಕ್ನೋವನ್ಸಾ ಮಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ, ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್. And even we are a part of TI Mangaluru chapter, right? It's more like a entrepreneurs, tech entrepreneur startups. So very interesting, right? So and also infra part, I think you want to add who all are the players who are helping infra, the real estate aspects?
Yeah, I think Vertex is there, Work is there. I think there is one thing new came, Lotus. So these are the 3 I know of. So everyone is really building a lot of new spaces, and they are also innovative in how best they can serve the GCCs are coming in. So infra is readily available. Infra is top notch as well.
Awesome. Great. I think we spoke about GCC and why GCCs are coming to Mangaluru Silicon Beach program, right? I want to understand ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಜರ್ನಿ. ನೀವು ಬೋಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಯು ಸಾ ದಟ್ R&D ಗೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಊರು ಕಾರ್ಕಳದಿಂದ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ದೂರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಬಂದಿದ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Can you just help us? How do you hire exactly, right? I want to start with mid professional ಮತ್ತೆ senior professional. What are the things you see beyond resume?
Right. See, for sure, skill does matter, but the main thing I see beyond skill is the personality. Okay. They're saying like skill can be taught, but not the personality. And so, main agi nododandre, are they curious and learning mindset? Anta. Second thing is like, can they build the system? Are they mostly doers or are they system thinkers? And they think beyond what you do. Third thing is the culture. Are they matching with the team culture and the company culture? So different company have different culture, but in Bose Professional, it's mostly taking the ownership, helping each other, and staying really humble and always learning and growing. So these are aspects one personally idi anta. So there are a lot of such questions that are available, or I have curated in my 15 years of journey that helps me to understand how people are when I answer the question. I mean, when I ask the questions and they answer, and then I dig deep into it to understand. Are they really saying, or it's a cooked up story kind of a thing, right? So things like that. So that's what I am saying, like, whether there is a culture fit, whether there is a team fit, whether they are learning, whether they are taking the ownership, staying humble, and always teaching and learning.
Interesting. What are the things you see in tech? Sorry, freshers. Like ನೀವು ಮಿಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲಿ ಸಮ್ಮರೈಸ್ಡ್. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಇನ್ ಫ್ರೆಶರ್ಸ್?
ಫ್ರೆಶರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಡಿಡ್ ದೇ ರಿಯಲಿ ಡೂ ದ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ obsolete, I would say. So do they know how to take the requirement and build the systems, and do they know why they build the systems anta? So adu main agi nodtini. Second, can they communicate? Andre, can they explain a problem? Can they explain a solution? Because communication has become integral part of software engineering at this point of time. So that is second. Third is again, how the vibe match happens between team and themselves. Andre ಕೆಲವರು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ initial phase of your career, or maybe even later also, when you say something, ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದೇ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಅದೇ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, are they adaptable ಅಲ್ವಾ? So those things. So yeah, summarizing, did they do the real projects? Are they adaptable? And the third thing is like, can they explain the problem and solution? It not be in English, it could be in any language, but are they confident about explaining the things?
Interesting. So how big is the team right now, like in terms overall Mangaluru?
Yeah, so about 40 lateral hires are the experienced people, and about I think 12 interns, so about 50 people.
Interesting. And because you are more of a techno professional, right? Director, are you involved in the non-techno functions, like the operations aspects, the hiring aspects?
Yes.
Right? Are you involved?
Oh yes, big time. So I don't have an HR or any operation person here. So I am a single person managing everything end to end. When I came, there was just me, and in January 2025, I hired my first person, and January 2026, we were about 45 people. So every single person was hired by me and my team. So I kind of understand now how hiring works here. And about operations, like we did start with 15-seater office, then we went to 30-seater, and now we are at 100-seater office. So every move was managed by me and my team. The day-to-day activities of keeping the pantry full, taking care of people when there are conflicts, Anything you take of operations in terms of managing people and office, IT. So everything is done by me and my team. So I learned a lot about HR and operations as part of this job, apart from tech. Yeah.
Interesting, because it's very it's more like a entrepreneur kind of a journey,
Yeah.
right? Like a founder journey. Typically, you are a founder itself, right? More like an entrepreneur. I would
Yeah,
say.
more of an entrepreneur. So I don't have to worry about the budget and money part of it. Rest everything I have to take
Correct.
care
But
of.
the ownership, accountability, hiring, and
Yes.
that's what builds culture. Right?
Yes,
And
yes,
I believe companies like Bose is very much focused on the culture because it's a collaborative R&D.
Yes, yes.
Interesting. Recently, I just wanted to understand your thoughts on the AI summit which happened recently in India.
Yeah.
Government of India did that.
Yeah.
You want to highlight anything like how investments in the field of AI in cloud is going to happen in next 5-10 years? Like, what are the kind of impact it is going to create in cloud and AI?
Sure. So yeah, I mean, the organizers have done a great job of putting up the AI summit early in the game and letting the world know that we are serious about AI. I mean, I have seen the investment from Google is recently, right? They are setting up they invested around $10 to $15 billion in Visakhapatnam for a data center. The Anthropic, the OpenAI, and all the big names like Perplexity are setting up their shops in Bangalore or in India. So, a lot of hardware or the IT or the data center infrastructure is happening, and also the software is happening, right? So AI is going beyond hype at this point of time to get the tangible values. So if I have to say, there are opportunities in multiple sectors when I look into AI. One is definitely into hardware infrastructure, because you need a lot of power, a lot of space, a lot of cooling, and a lot of GPUs, CPUs, hard disk, and everything, like basically whatever needed for production. So there is a lot of opportunity in setting up the data center as such and maintaining the data center as such, because it takes an enormous amount of effort to create and maintain the infrastructure. So that's one. Second is in the data space. So everything in AI is because of the data, right? So getting the data that are necessary, curating it, and building the data pipelines and APIs which could be used by the AI models to become better. I think that's the second space I see. And along with data, there is a lot of data pipeline, ML ops, and ML pipeline and things like that. So if you are interested in that, you can pivot to your career towards that. Third is understanding and building the AI models and fine-tuning itself for local needs. There are a lot of AI models for world needs, and we can build some AI models. Like I think there is Servam AI and many small companies who are taking the existing AI model and fine-tuning it for local needs, kind of a thing. So that's also could be one of the opportunity. But the biggest thing I would say is not the one who is building the AI model, but who are using the AI models to solve the real world problems or creating the products around that. So take any model, take any problem first, and see how you can use AI to solve the problem, move faster, and build things. I think the biggest winner will be the one who will be using the AI model or AI to move fast and build things and solve real problems.
Interesting. Namith, I think you are a cloud professional, cloud leader, I would say, right? So, as you mentioned about AI Summit, there's a lot of investment in data centers happening, right? What are the different type of cloud roles that will be very, very relevant for next 5 years? Be it early, mid, or senior,
Sure,
different type of cloud roles?
Sure. See, as I said, the ML is as good as how good is the data, right? So if you are a data professional who know how to take the data and transform it into the models or transform it into the way that ML consumes, that's a huge opportunity. So data pipelines. Second is ML operations. Like you have to have the machine learning models trained continuously, right? So they need to run on the cloud, and you need the GPU farms, you need CPU farms, and things like that. So infrastructure around managing the machine learning models, which we call as ML ops, is a huge thing. Third thing is the DevOps and infrastructure management, or SRE, is definitely a huge thing. One more thing which is constantly becoming more important is security and data privacy thing, because with the speed in which the products are being developed and being shipped, there is definitely a lot of compromise happening in terms of security and data privacy aspect. So if you are interested in that, you can learn about that, and you can shape your career there. So I think we are getting scared at some point of time that job is getting lost, but it's basically the shift is happening. So you need to understand, I think, where the shift is happening, and learn those skills and be relevant.
We are in a skilling space, right? We get a lot of questions on the skilling aspects, and typically we get it from mid and senior professionals. Especially mid, they are stuck in roles like manual testing, or very basic of automation testing, or maybe system admin, desktop, something like. So assume that they are scared that they'll be laid off in next 90 days. How they can skill themselves, especially in the Gen AI aspects, and stay relevant and move away from the layoff.
Sure. See, any jobs that are repetitive and where there is not much human decision to be made, but just kind of a SOP to be followed, or if you are coding for or testing for a very, very well-defined requirements, AI can do that to larger extent. So definitely, people who are doing such work may be a bit scared that, hey, layoff may be coming. But if you are doing the work that constantly needs human intervention, if you are building bigger systems, if you are into automation of things, you don't have to be scared. So what I would say is, don't think AI as your enemy or someone who is coming to take your job, but think of a friend whom you can go to move faster, learn, and see, like, take a problem, use LLMs to see, like, how to break it down, use LLMs to design. Of course, you need to know the basics. If you don't know the basics, you may just accept what it says. So you definitely need to validate if it is right and things like that. So that's the human judgment part of it. And then use it to build it and test it and things like that. Right? So what I'm saying is basically, if you're stuck in a repetitive kind of a role, it's high time you start thinking how to get into a role where job is constantly evolving and not feeling kind of a stuck kind of.
Got it. So ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 8ರಿಂದ 10 ಲಕ್ಷ IT ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಯರ್ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಒಂದು 2ರಿಂದ 3 ಲಕ್ಷ ಜನ ಫ್ರೆಶರ್ಸ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಜನರೇಟಿವ್ AI ಅಥವಾ AI ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾ? ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಂಡೇಟರಿ?
I would say yes, definitely ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ see, when people say AI, there are a lot of wings to it, as I told earlier. People may be use it for coding, people may be using for automating, people may be using it for learning, people may be using it for audio, video creation and things like that. So there are a lot of spaces where AI is helping. So it is basically a tool to move fast. So it's not a question we should learn or not. It's kind of literacy at this point of time.
Interesting.
Right? So you will be able to do things faster. You will be able to add value faster. So I would definitely say you should learn. You should definitely know the basics, but you should also know, like, how you could do things faster using the AI.
Got an idea about AI Summit ನಂತರ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೈರಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. Just wanted to understand about the layoffs. I think recently you got to hear Oracle literally 30,000 employees laid off across the globe, of which 12,000 is in India.
Right.
So why do you think these layoffs are happening?
Right. I think there are multiple factors. One is definitely during the COVID, because of the software boom expectation, a lot of people were hired, and now the economy slowdown has come, right? And also the companies are investing a lot on AI infrastructure, and they need a lot of cash, right? So it's a combination of multiple things. I don't think it's because of the skill gap or the skill set that there may be minor percentage, but it's mostly because of the overhiring. And the second is the cash flow that they needed to invest in the infrastructure. And the third thing is, like, with the AI, right, you can build things much more faster is what we have seen in general, right? And you want to produce only that much, like a new let's say 100 unit produce more than that in 1 month. With AI, you may be able to produce that in like say 50 days. You don't want to produce more than 100 units per se. So there will be excess of people because of the fast delivery. So to cope up with that also, I think the firing is happening. So it's a combination of overhiring, things are getting built really fast, the cash flow necessary for AI infrastructure building, and things like that. And these are the three.
So there are multiple parameters involved.
Yes.
Interesting. So having said that, ಯಾವ ಜಾಬ್ ರೋಲ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಹಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಉಂಟು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ AI, right? ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸಮ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಜಾಬ್ ರೋಲ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್, ಲೈಕ್ ರಿಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎನಿ ಜಾಬ್ ರೋಲ್ಸ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಆಬ್ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಟ್?
See, I don't want to take the titles because, as I said, like, titles are different in different companies for different roles. But if you are doing, let's say, pure manual testing on a very well-defined requirements, so testing. Second could be support role, where you understand the knowledge base or FAQs and try to answer that. So such kind of roles. BPOs are definitely one of those things. Third thing is like entry level or mid-level engineers who are only, I'm a software developer. I want sit in a corner and code for a requirement kind of a thing. So such kind of a things will be affected. So it's difficult to say what is the role or title which will be affected, but in a very nutshell, it is basically the people who are doing repetitive work and who are not talking to people and just talking to machine and following the SOPs or following the instructions given by someone.
Interesting. Got it. So ಈಗ ನೀವು like Bose ಅಲ್ಲಿ already like from person 1 to 100 plus you have been hiring. Just wanted to understand, like, do you do techno management hiring as well, right? Because ನಮಗೆ a lot of questions ಬರೋದು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, somebody who is mid or senior,
right,
who are 10 plus years experience, right? 10 plus years experience ಆದ ನಂತರ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟೆಕ್ ಬೇಡ, ರೈಟ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ನನಗೆ ಆ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಪಬಿಲಿಟಿನೂ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಆರ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ರೈಟ್? 10 people 20 people reporting. Any job roles in IT product or IT services which will help them to be a techno management professional?
Sure. I think if you are a product thinker, Andre, why I have to build this product and how it is helping the user, and putting a product in front of user and getting the feedback and building on top of it. That is definitely is a really, really good skill. Second is pre-sales and sales. See, you can build things very quickly now, but penetrating and getting the market share is becoming more and more competitive. So those kind of roles will expand or will flourish more. Third is like building the solution and building the products. Like, you have a lot of tools, lot of products lying around, but how you connect them together to make a bigger product or solve a bigger problem kind of a thing. So these are some of the things I think will flourish more and more. I think there may be more, but those are the things that comes to my mind at this point.
Just wanted to understand, right? Tomorrow if IT professionals ನೀವು ಒಂದೇನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, one thing what IT professionals have to do like from tomorrow itself, so that ಅವರು next 5 years ಗೆ relevant ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ.
Sure.
Any advice, a piece of advice type?
One, definitely, treat AI as your friend and learn how AI can benefit your work. You may be doing any kind of work, but AI has the capability to make it faster. So one is that. Second, learn system thinking, not just a small part of a project, but how the entire system works. So system thinking is really important. Third is cloud native and distributed systems. Yakandre, everything scales with the cloud. So learn cloud technologies, how a distributed system works, how to scale it, how to secure it, and things like that. And third, as I mentioned, I think data privacy and security vulnerabilities are becoming a big threat for all the apps that we are building because of the speed in which we are moving. So when you build anything, keep data privacy and security in mind from day one.
Got it. Awesome. So, Namith, are you hiring right now for Bose, be it entry or mid?
Yeah, so we scaled a lot last year. Right now we are in a phase where we are stabilizing the culture, ensuring that people know what to do, people take the ownership and deliver kind of a thing. So for this year, I think we will be doing only very niche or very limited hiring. Next year, we are launching our first product line, which was built from Mangaluru, and after that, I think we will start the hiring again.
Awesome, interesting. How can they reach you if they are looking to apply for?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have reached me via LinkedIn, and I hired a lot of people via LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is the best source, according to me, to reach out to me. And one more thing I would say is build a public profile. I think staying private is good, but if you want to expand your career or grow your career, I think networking is really important, and networking happens in multiple ways. One is definitely the public profiles like LinkedIn.
Got it. Interesting. So, just one last question.
Sure.
How did you feel about this podcast, right? Probably we are doing it at a very different location.
Oh, it was really nice. Like when I came to the beach, I felt really good. And all the questions that you asked made me think a few, made me think basically, right? And some of them are easy, like, my journey and things like that. So overall, I felt really positive about this podcast. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. Very nice meeting you.
Nice
Nice
meeting
talking
you.
to you about your journey.
Thank you.
Wonderful meeting you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.